Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome back. If you're a returning listener to the BS Buddies podcast, I'm Joe. That's Ian, and we're starting to become more professional. I got the background like Ian usually does, so you can't.
I don't know if you could necessarily call mine professional, because mine's having troubles phasing in and out of reality here. I mean,
If you're not watching on YouTube, then that probably makes zero sense. But
none of this matters for you if you're listening to it. But for those watching, just know that the visuals aren't pleasant. At least not on my end. I got a nice soft baby puke green going on here that I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be.
And this is also like the 7th one we've recorded, and I have yet to upload one. So if like there's issues that it's like, because I know my mic is pretty quiet, and I might be getting a new one just to kind of help. But yeah, if you said that in the comments and I haven't done it yet, it's because I haven't seen it, because we've been recording for almost 2 months. I'm hoping this weekend to start working on it more.
We're 7 episodes in. They've been screaming at us for the last 4 episodes to fix X, Y, and Z, and we don't have a clue because we haven't put any of these out yet. Oh.
Yeah, but at least they heard about the ducks. If you haven't heard about the duck one, I highly suggest it. So far, I think it's been the most fun one we've done. Because we beat that topic into the ground.
1,000.
1,000. You know what? We're gonna just go past it. I think it's like episode 4 or 5. I'm gonna stop counting episodes because I know there's gonna be something big that it's like, okay, we need to push this out first. And it could be my Twins winning the World Series. We'll see.
Hey.
So, big.
Probably not, for being honest.
Shut the fuck up. I'm confident. More confident than I have been.
I'm just saying, that's the trouble of being a Minnesota fan, you know? It's not easy holding up down here at the bottom, but we do it well.
You haven't even seen this team. If we want to talk about that, I would be more than willing to talk about it.
All right, but we won't go down that road. I'm just saying, possibility. Right, Brutus?
Anyways, we got a little bit bigger topic. A little bit. This past weekend, I got engaged.
Woo! Happy fanfare! I don't have a button or a hotkey or editing to make confetti rain. Yeah, if I did, I would 100% do that.
Like we said, we're 7 episodes deep. We'll get there. Slowly but surely.
Oh, I get to show them all my gift that was handmade. I'm going to have to figure out a way to really set this up without...
I really want to throw Ian so hard under the bus that it ruins the episode.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What do you mean?
I
feel like this would tie in perfectly with the engagement news.
Okay. If you want me to throw Ian under the bus, leave a like on the video.
Whatever he's saying. Is this which one is this? Oh, there we go. Can we see it all? We're doing this.
I'll explain it to the people listening who are not watching. He wrote Happy B-Day Joe sign, like 3 separate signs. He's holding it up. He meant to do
Once again, this is meant for the people watching. For everybody else listening, well, I guess tough shit.
Well, hey, I explained it to him. Well, since you showed that, I'm going to throw you under the bus, and hopefully they left a like.
Oh, no.
No. I'm trying to set up the podcast. It's the so we record every Monday, or try to. So far, it's been every other Monday, and we don't even freaking try. Like, I texted...
We try.
I try. You don't get my message, and then you forget.
I was on at 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh, there's no one here. And then I checked my messages, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
So, also, like, at that time, well, 1, I was mad, and 2, like, I just felt like I was deaf. I'm going to text him back in the morning. So, this dude forgot my birthday again. Forgot to text me on my birthday 2 years in a row.
I
There we
had the
go.
signs set up for
Yeah,
Monday
but you texted
night.
me belated birthday like 5 days later.
On Thursday, yes, because I was like, "Oh, my plan is perfect. I'll talk to him on Monday, and he'll be
Dude,
like, 'Oh, you forgot,' and then I'll be like, 'No, I have the signs.'" And
dude,
then that didn't happen, and I completely
dude,
phased out of my mind what I was supposed to do. So yeah,
dude, just text me happy birthday. That way I know that you remembered, not like, hey, I have this special thing planned. I'm not going to tell him happy
well,
birthday.
it
I'm going
was
to
supposed
wait
to
three
be
days.
a surprise. It was
I
supposed to be a
still would have been
surprise.
surprised, and I would have been happy that you told me happy birthday.
Would have been surprised that I texted you.
Yeah, this dude, I tell you.
My intentions were good. My intentions were good. I
His,
swear.
his girlfriend
Swear.
sent me a snap the day after my birthday saying happy belated birthday and took a snap of him, and he's just folded over the frickin' couch because he's so hungover.
That was a really harsh. I don't.
But we're gonna
That
ignore
was
that. Thanks for leaving a like and me throwing you in under the bus like every other episode. Anyways, the big news
Sake and beer
engagement.
doesn't mix, kids. Yeah,
We're 6
that.
minutes in and we haven't even talked about the topic, so that's great.
You got this. You got this, Joe.
So
I believe in you.
So how far back do you want me to go? Do you want me to go into how we met or how we got here or what do
I'd
you
say
think?
that's up to you. How far back do you want to go?
Hey, I'm fine. You're the moderator now.
Why am I the moderator?
Because
You think I have common sense?
that's why I do this podcast with you.
You think I have common sense? I'm flattered. Poor judgment, but I'm
No.
flattered. Really?
No, I was saying there's no common sense, so that's why BS Buddies is the
Oh.
perfect name.
Oh, that also works. Hey, wait a minute. You saying I don't have any comment? I'm gonna turn around real mad. No. Let's go back to.
Like when we
I don't know. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just hit me with the cliff notes on how we got here. How's that sound?
Cliff notes. I'll try it as fast as I can. Okay, we're at about. It's going to be different for you because I kind of cut the beginning and end. Anyways, we're at about 7:30. We met back 7th grade when I went into public school. She said that she got a huge crush on me right away. I ignored her for 2 years. We dated a little bit. 9th grade, we both had very long relationships. We ended up coming back together. And we've been dating for about 3 years now. And that's really the cliff notes. Like 25 seconds, that's not bad.
Perfect. There you go. That's like, and now, so we've got our main talking points. Now we just
So
expound. Is that a word? I don't know.
I don't know.
Sponge.
It is. We'll make it.
Expand. Expand. That's a word. That's a word. I know.
I understand. Sorry for the cuts. If I remember to actually cut it, Ian had
You have to put
his
cliff
roommates
notes
going
on this
through.
video
Yeah, no
to remind
kidding.
yourself to cut it.
We looked when we lived in the Fargo area. We found a ring shop. I gotta say this story because it's just ridiculous. We went in because she was gonna buy me a necklace from a jeweler, and she wanted me to pick it up so she didn't mess up. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And I said, hey, while we're in here, do you want to look at rings? Because I don't know what she would want. Whatever. We spent an hour in there, an hour extra in there. And she found one she really loved, but it was like $8,000, and she's like, So we brought it up, and so here's how it went. We're like, hey, can you bring down the price at all? And the lady was like, here, let me get the manager or whatever. Manager comes over, looks at it for 3 seconds, and says, we could do $4,300 on it.
Holy moly!
I'm like, what the? How do you know that offhand? And that's like almost a 50% discount off rip.
Right off the, yeah. I mean, I guess he had it memorized. He'd been waiting for an excuse to get rid of that one.
But we were just kind of looking at what style she would want, so we said no. But the place that we went to is super cool. I would mention them if they would sponsor me. We are looking for sponsors to fix our everything.
Fine.
Anyways,
The economy
but,
sucks. Throw money at us, please. There,
um,
let's just boil it down to its simplest form. The
yeah,
economy
fair.
sucks. Throw money at us,
Um,
please.
but what they do is if you custom, like they're like, here's a CAD model, and if you don't know what a CAD model is, they basically sent us a link through text, and then it's like a 3D computer image of what the ring will look like. And the company gave us one, and then they're like, if you want a wax model, we'll send one to you for free, like so you can try it on, which I thought was awesome. We didn't end up doing that, but Debbie wanted a few changes to the first one, did it a second time, and I just sent her the link so she could say like yeah, and she's like, order it, like go for it, perfect. I'm like, sweet.
Bingo.
And then I didn't tell her anything for like 2-3 months. So I think we mentioned it in the first episode. Ian and I were at a mutual friend's wedding, and his roommate was one of the people who did this, and then one of our other mutual friends. I thought they were going to beat me up or something. Just all of a sudden, one on my left, one on my right, and they just both just stand right in front of me, like blocking Debbie out of my view. And they're like, so, Joe, I'm like, am I going to have to get really mad, and is someone going to force me to do something? Because all the time at social gatherings, like, my friends are like, we're going to get Joe drunk. He's never been drunk before. We're going to push that. And then I just, like, I'm checked out. I'm, like, gone.
Checked out. I was just trying to get you to dance.
Well, yeah, you did it nicely. Your roommate didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. We've given him his comeuppance, his payback. So don't worry.
Don't worry. We talked days later and we talked it out. Anyways, but like bringing back like my parents like really pushing the engagement. That was my immediate thought, like, because they like, so about Debbie, and then I thought they were just gonna like push super hard, like, you need to do this, like you need to propose, but they're like, so what's your plan? It's like,
and you're like, didn't think I'd get this far. Don't have this written down.
So, first of all, I haven't talked to either one of these two, and like, well, your roommate I talked to within a couple months, but the other guy who we're good friends with, didn't talk to him for like a year. So it's like,
yeah.
First of all, it's not your business.
How do I start this conversation?
But they came off like rough at first, but then they're like, no, like we genuinely are wondering,
Period.
Like we're excited if that is the thing. And I kind of told them what I already said, like, just it was tough to figure out prices and stuff. And then like after that wedding, like that's when we got the lower price, whatever. But yeah, they just convulsed on me, and it's like, please, like they almost backed me up into a wall.
Let me be free. Let me be free. Please, God. What is this, an interrogation? Am I going to get waterboarded?
But yeah, I told you all the other stuff, and then last week, I mean, we're recording this. I don't know when you're going to see this. Honestly.
Maybe it's Christmas time. Maybe it's Christmas time.
It's October, I'll just say that.
It is a spooky month.
And my future stepdaughter, which is kind of nice to say, she was with her bio dad for the weekend. So I'm like, well, this is the ring's here. I have it now. I'm going to do it this weekend. And I told a handful of people. My dad was a little upset. I mean, he's a very chill guy, but he was a little upset. He's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, I mean, I told you that I ordered the ring 2 months ago. I didn't tell a lot of people that. But we were gonna have Friday, Saturday all to ourselves, and then Thursday we're like, what do we want to do? I was thinking like Saturday, like go on like a hiking trail, Debbie brought me the ring so I could show. And I'll show in a second. But with her knee, I'm like, I don't know if I like that idea, but it's really all I got. She loves nature, but I don't know how it's gonna work. And then she mentioned, like, for the Friday, she's like, why don't we go to this place? And it's a beautiful area. Ian, when you come down, I want to take you there. Beautiful area. There's a lot of sculptures, food places, and then it's right by the river, and there's like a tarred walkway like right next to it. And this is a place Debbie found in the spring, and we've gone back a handful of times.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we go out to eat, and I never carry a bag on me, and I have a cinch sack. And I thought I had it here. The box for the ring was just giant. It was like 3 inches by 3 inches. I think Debbie's grabbing it for me. Thank you. Like, oh no. Here we go. Background is taking it out. So my palm isn't the best for size, but that shit's big. How am I supposed to hide this? And
you can't.
For comparison, we still have the old one. Like this is what I would consider a normal size.
Oh my god!
This
yeah,
shit's
look at
giant.
that.
I'm like,
There's
how
no
am I
way you
supposed to
could
hide
steal
this?
that.
So
Shove it in your pants. What happened? I
um,
smacked my testicles.
shut up.
They're swollen.
So I'm like, hey, it's supposed to be like 55 degrees. Like it was 80 earlier in the week, so just dropped 30 degrees. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be chilly. I'm gonna pack a couple sweatshirts in the cinch sack, and I'm gonna have the ring on the bottom, so it gets rid of the boxiness. And Debbie was very confused. Like I could tell she was a little questionable why I was bringing a bag, because I never do. She told me later, like she was super confused at the time, but
why is he doing this? He never does this.
That's basically what this whole engagement was.
Why is he doing this? He
like
never does this.
All week I was kind of like hinting or just kind of being weird about certain things, but we walked down the path. Like there's trees everywhere, but the trees opened up, and like there was a lot of rock formations, the river's right there. I'm like, if it's gonna be anywhere, it's gonna be right here. And so she has a different story, like a little bit different take on this than I do. She said that she thought it was really pretty, and she wanted to like stay in that area, and that's what she's also right here, so I'm seeing her reaction. She said she wanted to like stay in that area because it was so beautiful. In my opinion, no, she did not. She
made some casual offhand remark like, "Oh, this area is so nice," and then the hint just went.
No, she didn't.
Right
she
over
didn't do
your
anything like that. Like I thought it was beautiful, and then like she saw, and then like she started to walk away. I'm like, wait, like let's just enjoy this for a second. And I started like kind of getting the cinch sack, and then she starts walking a little further. She's like, I'm cold. I want to keep going. I'm like, Debbie, I have a question for you. And she's like, no. And then like, she didn't actually kick me, but she kicked at me, and she's like, stop. And instead of, well, she did say yes. But then she started going like, why'd you do it on such a cold day? Why'd you do it on this day?
I knew it was weird when you brought that goddamn bag. I should have guessed it. You never want to stay out here in the cold. Oh, now you want to ask me questions when I'm freezing? How about you ask questions to my foot in your face?
It
was a violent affair. You should have got it on camera. I bet it was a violent affair. It was like the final fight of Iron Man 1.
Hopefully it comes up. It's going to be really tough because my camera sucks at focusing.
If you put a light on it, it would.
Ian said put a
sparkly.
My headphones aren't big enough. Oh, come on.
Ooh, look at that.
Thank you, Debbie, for the assist. It's super blurry. If you're listening to this, you can't really see it, but
It, it
for those who know,
sparkles. It's
yeah, it
diamond
sparkles.
shaped and it sparkles.
Um, so it's a marquee diamond with small little diamonds along the ring about halfway down. For those listening, if you want to know, I think it's like a half carat, if I remember correctly,
Half,
half to three
half carat.
quarter. I think it's closer to half, but um, so then I started Snapchatting people, and that whole
Sending
thing.
out the sending out the good word. At which point I proceeded to get yelled at because I told Jocelyn that I knew. And then she was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't know when. I
Bro
just know he
code.
told me. I
I
told
I
that
want
he's just
to. Sorry.
in the process."
So I really appreciate that. By the way, Ian is one of the few people that I told like, hey, like I'm going to. I
Mm-hmm.
told a handful of people like I'm going to. Once it got closer, I told about five people like, hey, it's gonna be this weekend. My dad was not one of them, and he was a little upset. But I told my mom, my two sisters, my best buddy, and then a couple other of my buddies who I talk to quite a bit and who are great friends with Debbie as well. Figured I'd let them know.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
one funny thing is I told my cousins, you know the cousins
Yep.
that I'm referring to. I don't
Yep.
want to say too many names in case people don't want to be mentioned, but one of them, we don't talk very often. We're starting to talk again a lot more. We used to in the past a ton. Kind of went our own ways for a bit now, talking again, which is really nice. He was super thrilled. He's like, "Give Debbie a big hug from me. Congratulations." And my other cousin, who I talk to like twice a week, this was his response. Nice. Congrats, man. No emotion in the text. I'm like,
Nice.
typical. Typical.
Nice. Yep. Good.
Which
Good job.
granted, like
Good
just
work.
saying congrats is awesome, but just the sheer difference between the two was just hilarious. I had one buddy text me like, "Oh, when's the date?" I'm like, "Dude, that was 30 minutes ago."
Yeah. We've already got it all planned out. Obviously. It's
And
been 30 whole minutes, Joe. You telling me you don't have every single date set? What the man?
that's
Come on.
basically what my mom said when I called my parents, and they're like, my mom was pushing so hard. She's like, "You need to get married by next year," and like, it's like,
You're
can I
like,
enjoy being engaged for 2 hours, please?
please, can I? It's a nice evening. The sun hasn't even gone down yet, and I'm already getting hounded about this.
Yeah, but some people were like, "What do you?" Someone I haven't talked to for 2 years because he ghosted me the last time I tried to talk to him and get connected with him. He started asking like, "When's the date?" And I was just like, "We don't know. I'm just enjoying being engaged." Like, just the stare. I
This
don't
is
know.
this is the consequence of living in the modern age with instant access to everybody all the time. Is that announcements like that? Everyone's all on you now, like, oh, when's this, when's that, and it's like, yo, it takes time to do these things, and this only just happened, man. Like, you gotta give it a minute. We'll get
But
there. We get there when we get there.
luckily, I only had a handful of people like say like, "When do you have a date planned?" And I told people, or my family, I guess, is the only people I told when I would like it. Which I think we kind of have a date figured out already after a few days, but I'm not gonna say anything. That's lock and key. I will tell Ian between recordings.
That's not for everybody else yet. Haha.
I don't know if I'll ever say the date. I don't need a
But yeah,
bunch of
no,
random
see,
people
I need to
show.
use your information then as ammo on my part because I was getting yelled at because after we got the reveal and I mentioned to her that I knew it was coming, she Jocelyn started yelling at me for it. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know when exactly it was going to happen. I just knew that things were in the works. And now she is all upset at me over this. And I'm like, you can't be mad at me. I was tasked with a secret, and it is my duty to keep it.
I might text her and be like, don't be mad at Ian. I told him to keep it a secret. He kept bro code this time.
She won't. She'll think it's cute that you messaged, and then she'll come right back and be like, "Oh, you getting Joe to yell at me now, huh? You're getting Joe to yell at me because you didn't tell me, huh? You think that's gonna stop me, huh?" I can already see it.
But I don't know if I have much more on that. That's pretty much the whole thing. Happy to be with her. Excited for the future.
Yeah, well, now you guys have all the best congratulations from everybody, myself and Jocelyn included, of course, and Bubbers, who's sitting over on the couch. He won't come here right now because he's being a stubborn little ass, and Brutus, who's sitting over in the kitchen because, I don't know, he's being dramatic because he hasn't gotten a treat. Brutus, come give Joe congratulations. Brutus, come here. He's just looking at me.
Maybe once we get to the point, like once we start planning things, pictures come out, maybe, again, like we're only recording, I would like to like get on social media with this stuff. Maybe I'll post a picture or two once we get to that stage. Maybe, but that's for another time.
That's for when you've got it all figured out and you know how you want to go forward.
Yeah. So we'll end it here because we're getting to that half-hour mark, and we got a stupid topic to talk about next. It's kind of like the duck one that we mentioned in the beginning.
I've got a good feeling about this next one.
It's
got a good feeling about this next one.
I think it should be a little bit quicker than the ducks because the outline or the scenario is already kind of there. Like, we just built up a huge scenario for that one. But anyways, hope you guys check out the next one. Check out our previous ones. We'll be getting better and better at this every single time.
Maybe, possibly, doubtful.
We need quotes because you started this stupid thing.
Oh, God, the quotes. Okay, you need to start reminding me about the damn quotes.
I thought about it and then I forgot. But luckily, I write down quotes in my phone, that ones I just like, not even for the podcast. Shit, where is it? Ooh, I got my quote. Did you want me to go first?
Yes, because you are setting the tone for quotes, and I need to know how to follow.
My quote is, I don't remember where I heard it. I think I heard it in read it in a book recently. If you talk big game, then your actions need to match your mouth.
Ooh. That's a good one. All right.
I'm trying to think. I think it was from a book. I've been reading a few different books and I don't remember.
Well, if you're going to go with serious quote, then I'm going to go with serious quote. And I'm going to take the cop-out cheesy answer and just go with Teddy Roosevelt's walk softly and carry a big stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
cheap because it's the only thing I can think of on the spot.
I got one for you next time then if you really need a bailout. But,
oh, God.
Well, if you want to know what our next quote is, watch the next episode.
All right.
I'm sure that's the highlight of the video. Thank you guys for listening. Hope to see you next time. And that's all I got.
Have fun.
Goodbye.
See you later.